Hi, this is Neil's on Dynasty. How's it going today? Yeah, I hear you. Like, share, and subscribe. Buy some silver, some platinum, some crystallized osmium. And be kind, helpful, and grateful because it's better than being a jerk. So says Ginger. But as usual, that's not what this is about. This is about racism, in my opinion, and the elites in the UN choosing to play the race card because they don't think people see it, because they're using it in a manner where it wouldn't be brought up. And I will point this out. This is from the New African channel. Haiti gang leader begs for dialogue as Kenya police take over the street. Let me give them a like, because why the hell not? 75 views 4 minutes ago. I just want to give everyone that's the channel right there. Okay? Give it up, these guys. They're the ones who did the report. I'm just reporting it to you.
A nation long plagued by political instability and rampant gang violence finds itself at a critical juncture. As the streets of Port-au-Prince simmer with tension, a new force has entered the fray. 1,000 Kenyan police officers deployed by the United Nations in the
1,000 Kenyan police officers. So now the UN, and this is what has to, and I'm sure it needs to happen, but that's the problem. See, now a world power of organizations of peoples that are unelected are taking a foreign country's police department, not their military, not the UN. These guys don't have, there's no blue hats here. That's not a blue hat. That's not a UN guy. These are Kenyan officers, Kenyan police officers. So now the United Nations controls the Kenyan police force. So we know now that Kenya is not a free country. They are controlled by the UN. That's my first grunt with this one. I'm sure there'll be more. I have not seen. I stopped watching it here because I was like, holy cow. They're using police officers. Usually, when actions by the UN are done in Africa, I challenge anyone who's watching this to find a video where it's not UN soldiers, blue hats. Okay, these are Kenyan sovereign country police force is being ordered and controlled by the United Nations. That's weak leadership on Kenya's part, and they probably need to get rid of their president. But let's go on with the story.
desperate bid to restore law and order. But can this foreign intervention quell the chaos? And what does it mean for the gang leaders who hold?
And it is exactly what it is. It's foreign intervention. It's not a UN sanctioned. If it was, the UN would have sent in the UN blue hats and the UN military. Why are the UN sending in Kenyan police? Oh yeah, hey, whoa, fuck, I forgot about the color thing. I believe, personally, the reason threefold why they're using a police force of a foreign government to cross borders and police a foreign country, not for the country that they are the police force of, and not to police them with the laws of the country they're in, but to police them based off of UN rules and regulations. Wow, that is very, 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 very. There's too many not and very's to put in there. How concerning that is. Oh yeah, and it's so concerning. I even forgot about the color thing. Why are they all black? Why'd they choose a black-only country that has no whites, no browns, or no yellows in it? Is the UN not comprised of all countries? But yet they choose one specific country that is a black country as an African country, and then they don't even take the UN guys that are from Africa because they're all black. They take a police force from Africa. Wow. Wow, the audacity, the racism, and you guys don't even see it. You're like, oh my God, oh, you're so blind. to the bullshit that they've been fucking feeding us for years, you probably don't even recognize that they have taken a police force of a foreign country and inserted it into another country, making sure they are all of the same color, because the UN is not a united nation. It is a coalition of only black people to control black people. That's what I'm seeing. So let's just call them the Black N, the Black Nation League, instead of the United Nation. Because United Nation, I've seen their videos. They have blue hats on, and there's Indonesians, there's Japanese, there's Australians, there's Africans, there's Americans or white people in there. You know, they're a multi-colored thing. They're united of nations of all different colored peoples. But yet, in this in particular circumstance, that united nation of all these colored peoples that are all loved, kumbaya, my friend. Yeah, they decide to go racist and take a police force, for which Kenya and the Kenyan people should be really pissed right now that some foreign entity controls the people that police their streets, so much so that they can be sent to a foreign nation rather than the UN using UN supplied crap, like in every other video you see when the UN moves in. This is seriously bad on several levels.
Significant sway.
Oh yeah, and that's minus all the stuff they're doing over there. That's even before they get there. It's a foobar.
Over the capital, the spotlight is firmly on Jimmy Barbecue Shirizia, a former police officer turned notorious gang leader.
Hold on a second there. Hold on a second. Former police officer in Haiti turned gang leader. And they are taking police officers from Kenya and sticking them in there. What's to prevent them from becoming gang leaders? You know, hold on a second here. So you've got the Kenyan police force being taken out of Kenya by the UN, being inserted into Haiti to take care of their old police force that went bad. I can't even begin to start with how many things are wrong with this picture.
Was issued a surprising call for national dialogue. Shirizia, who leads the powerful G9 family and allies, has criticized Prime Minister Gary Conille for refusing to engage with his alliance. In his call for peace, the gang leader, clad in a striking pink suit, declared,
"So let's focus on the solution. The real solution is a national dialogue where every Haitian, without discrimination, has a right to speak. And that's what the mafia doesn't want. They don't wish dialogue because they want to continue their war."
And quite frankly, that would be apparent in the choice of countries that the United Nation decided to take a police force from to insert into another country. So no matter what this gentleman is doing, his point is valid.
They don't want dialogue because they don't want peace. We want dialogue because we don't want war. We want dialogue because we want peace.
While Shirizia advocates for dialogue, Kenyan troops have taken up positions across Port-au-Prince, notably outside the US. The first 400 of the promised 1,000 Kenyan police officers are now on Asian soil, and part of
this is a UN activity without UN personnel. The UN power grab of the world.
The larger international effort to stabilize the country. This development marks a significant escalation in international involvement in Haiti's internal affairs. The United Nations hopes that the presence of these...
Why didn't they have a black guy represent the United Nations here?
These foreign troops will help curb the rising violence that has led to massive displacement and countless deaths. Yet, the situation remains precarious, with many Haitians both hopeful and skeptical about the impact of this intervention. To understand the complexities of this situation, one must delve into the life of Jimmy Shirizia. Once a police officer, Shirizia's transformation into the feared gang leader Barbecue is a story of delusionment and radicalization. Leading the G9 family and allies, he has positioned himself as both a protector of the poor and a revolutionary figure. Shirizia's rhetoric is fiery and confrontational. He has openly declared war on government and any foreign forces he sees as invaders.
I can tell you right now, you take a police force from another country, put them in there, that's an invasion.
Appeal to the masses is potent, promising to overthrow a corrupt.
It would be a UN sanctioned thing if they sent UN troops in, but they chose to send Kenyan police as a United Nations organizational. What, I don't even know how they can make that legal.
System and replace it with one that genuinely represents the interests of Haiti's impoverished majority. The question on everyone's mind is whether the Kenyan police can bring about the desired stability. Historically,
See, that's a lie. The question in people's mind would be, why is Kenya police force going to a foreign country? That is a declaration of war. If China sent their police force here to America, they'd be dead. Because we wouldn't have a foreign country policing us, especially when a United National organization is hand-picking countries to pull police forces out of to go police other nations. My God.
foreign interventions in Haiti have been met with mixed results. The United Nations' previous peacekeeping missions have faced
See,
criticism for
look at that. Look at that. That's United Nations peacekeeping force. Look at that. United Nations. Blue peacekeeping force. What the United Nations is doing in Kenya is not a peacekeeping force. It is a takeover of a country in front of our eyes, because they're not sending peacekeepers with blue hats and blue equipment and blue everything because they're peacekeepers. They're sending a police force of a foreign entity into a sovereign government's territory, and it's like it's a coup going on before our eyes by the United Nations, using Kenyan police force who are paid for by the Kenyan citizens. Wow, the amount of corruption. Wow.
effectiveness and for incidents that have further strained relations with the local population. The Kenyan police face a daunting task. They must navigate the treacherous streets of Port-au-Prince.
Well, their daunting task, I would believe, would be to understand the laws of the country they've invaded, their police forces laws. I think they'd have to be well versed in that country's laws to be a police force in that law. Now, it says here the navigation of treacherous streets. Yeah, well, part of the problem of navigating those is your Kenyan police. You enforce Kenyan law as police force. If it was the United Nations peacekeeping force, I would have no problem with this. But what we've got here is we've got Kenyan law being mandated in Haiti by Kenyan police who are policing. The word police means enforcement of law. Okay, now I understand, and everyone's going to say, "Oh, well, they're police force. They're okay, yeah." So, do they understand Haiti law to be policing of that country, or are they policing Haiti based off of Kenyan law? Because if they're doing that, then that's an invasion by the UN using Kenyan police force to do it. This should be rattling cages, baby.
Where loyalty often shifts as quickly as the tides. Their success will depend not only on their ability to confront the gangs, but also on winning the trust of the Haitian people. The stakes for Haiti could not be higher. The ongoing violence has decimated communities, with thousands displaced and living in constant fear.
Oh, yeah. Another side note. This is Clinton's stronghold. Bill and Hillary Clinton. This is their baby. Haiti was to be reformed by the Clintons. To this day, they're supposed to be down there doing good. Remember that during the Soul Report.
For many Haitians, the arrival of Kenyan troops represents a glimmer of hope.
Now they're calling them Kenyan troops. Are they Kenyan police, or are they Kenyan army? That does make a legal difference.
A chance to reclaim their streets and lives. However, Sharizia's narrative of resistance against foreign invaders complicates this hope. His call for revolution and his influence over the gangs mean that any misstep by the Kenyan forces could ignite further violence. Haiti stands at a crossroads. The deployment of Kenyan police could mark the beginning of a new chapter, one where
Now he called them police again. This is getting bizarre.
peace and stability are within reach. Yet, this outcome is far from certain. The presence of Kenyan troops, while a significant
Kenyan troops or Kenyan police force? I am totally confused.
intervention, is only one piece of a much larger puzzle. Jimmy Barbecue Sharizia's call for national dialogue and his resistance against foreign intervention highlight the deep-seated issues within Haitian society. It is a stark reminder that true peace will require more than just foreign boots on the ground. It will need a concerted effort to address the underlying causes of the unrest.
Now, their last statement there is it'll need peace to be brought to Kenya. They have to have foreigners. They can't do it themselves. You can't back one side or another and let them take care of their own issues. Their first concept was you have to bring in troops. You have to settle things down. Then you have to work with the people. For those of you that forgot history, I would suggest going back to 1936 to 1939 and read history on how the Nazi Party gained power. I'm not saying any more than that, and I do not advocate for anything for that four-letter word. But wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say. I hope more than 17 people see this, and I hope you all share it out. This is an international crime going on right now. Have a great day.